Alright buds, here we are, we're down at the beach. Got a couple of hours spare this morning, so I'm going to get the kayak out, bust up amongst this little shallow water creek and see how we go. I've only got 2 or 3 hours to spare, so let's get amongst it. Hopefully we can get a fish or two. Hudsy's busy doing bloody school musical practice today, so I thought I'm on my own. I'm going to come down the beach and I'm going to jump in the kayak and I'm just going to go for an explore and see what I can find. It's a pretty shallow tide today, so there's not a lot of water to play with, but I've always wanted to explore up here, and the only way really to do it is by kayak. So I don't really have a plan. I'm just going to have a look around. I'm going to throw a few soft plastics. I tried to pump some yabbies, but the old yabby pump's been a while since I've serviced it, so the bloody the bung in it was buggered, so I couldn't really get too many yabbies, but I got a couple there. So if I don't do any good with the lures, I'll soak a couple of yabbies. Hopefully I can try and holy hell, there's bait busting up everywhere here. Hopefully I can try and get a flatty, a brim, a whiting, who knows. Let's just see what we can get amongst anyway. Right guys, I'm going to start tossing a few lures and see how we go. So much bait here, I'm finding it hard to believe that something's actually going to eat this plastic. There's just mullet taken off everywhere, but you never know. We'll keep giving it a crack. It's nice, this is about the only little body of water in here, so if there's not a fish in here, there's probably not fish anywhere. But we'll give it a little crack along this bank, and then we'll move out onto the sand flats, see if we can find a flatty out there. There's just bait taken off everywhere, it's unbelievable. I think I might have left me run a little bit late, to be honest. I think I should have got up here a bit earlier, and I probably could have got an hour or so of the incoming tide this morning, and then fished the top of this tide, and then a little bit of the outgoing. But I sort of just missed that first hour or so of the outgoing because I was far-arsing around this morning. I reckon that's probably cost me, but mate, we're here now, we're on the water, we're in with a chance. We just got to keep giving it a crack, see how we go. Better than sitting on the couch, that's for sure. I thought there'd be a fish on that little tree there for sure as shit, eh? Oh, look at it, mate. There'll be something just hanging off the edge of that. Okay. Just finishing off my muesli bar there. While I was cruising along here, I got to the mouth of this little gutter here. I've seen some little baby jelly prawns flicking, which usually means something's trying to eat them. And if something's trying to eat jelly prawns, maybe, just maybe they'll see my prawn and they'll go wallop. So we'll give that theory a test, eh? Shit house car, we'll try that again. Right, this is where I saw those jelly prawns, just in there. Maybe you put a decent sized prawn in amongst them, maybe something will eat it, who knows. Maybe not. Holy shit, some big mullet here. Well, that was uneventful. We'll give that another crack, eh? We on. Oh, fucking jelly prawns everywhere in there. Just really hope there's no crocodile stalking me, eh? That would be a bit scary. Oh, yeah. Fish on here. What have we got? Little flatty, I reckon. Something's hit it. Oh yeah, nice little flatty, look at that. I knew if I persisted there. Oh, he's really getting cranky now. It's a nice flatty. Oi, 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 big fella, settle down. Oh, he is green, man. I don't know if I want to put him near my feet. Oh yeah. Keep him away from my feet, bro. How good's that? I knew there'd be something near those jelly prawns. Just having a crack. I thought to myself, if I just put one of my prawns near those jellies, something will eat it. And lo and behold, something bloody ate it. Now, I'm not really prepared for a fish, so I'm just going to have to jig around here a little bit. Hey, 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 big fella. Settle down, man. I really don't want you to end up on my balls. Probably should have had all these tools out, but to be honest, I wasn't that confident I was going to catch. So that's a real bonus. Beautiful little flatty. Now I think I've got a set of pliers here somewhere. Sorry, little bud. I know that's not. Oh, the hook's already out here. Look at that, man. That is a nice little flatty. Just chasing where those jelly prawns were. Seeing them flicking, and I reckon he was having his way in amongst them. And he saw my big prawn and he just couldn't resist it. But I'm super happy with that. I genuinely didn't think I was going to do too well here. So we'll do a little release and let this fella go. But that was awesome, man. That was really cool. Alright, man, that was a bit hectic. We'll go back in and have another little crack near that gutter where the jelly prawns were. Proved itself the first time round. He made a bit of a mess of the joint, that little flatty, I tell you. Oh no, he smashed me plastic after all that. I didn't even realise he was gone. Look at that. He took me bloody plastic. Nothing's easy, eh, on a kayak? These blokes that make it look real easy, I don't know how they do it. Maybe I'm just not set up properly for kayak fishing, but I think this actual kayak was a pretty cheapo old BCF special, so she's not really set up for fishing, but it gets me to places that I can't get otherwise. So days like today, pretty cool. Let me try. Give this bloke a go, a little silvery. Flatties do love these things, eh? Just past that last one there, eh? I think That looks pretty bloody good. A little bit of a silver shimmer to him. We'll just get back near where that flatty smashed me. We'll do one drift through here, and then I reckon we'll just head out along the front sand spit. Just work our way along there, flicking that little prawn. Maybe soak a couple of yabbies if we don't do any good with the prawns. Oh, flatty just took off right there. That's a good sign, eh? There's still a few fish getting around by the looks. Right up where that last one was. It's funny, they tend to eat it when it's still. So you give it a couple of jigs, you must catch their attention, and then in between movements is when they seem to strike, or they do their first bite. And then when you go to move again, they really whack it. So it's interesting. I think we've come to the end of the road on that little spot. We might just cruise out onto the sand flats now. It's going to be a little bit windier out there, but we'll give it a go. Should be some flatties laying on those sandbanks along there surely. Bloody shallow here though. I think we've got to get out of here before we end up dragging this kayak across the mud. Not really keen on that. Okay, little sand spits like this are always a good little area to target too, eh? Just on my way back in, flicked all that front sandbar pretty extensively. Didn't do any good, but I do like the look of this little sand spit here. I reckon a little bit of backwater in behind it. There's a bit of a pressure point on the front of it. The current's pushing me into it pretty hard, so I might just have to back up a bit. Come out a bit wider. And then I reckon we just have a couple of little peppers on the edge of this. Just see if there's something sitting on here. You never know. There was a bit of yabby bed here too where I launched the kayak. Yabby beds are always excellent feeding ground for flathead. So we might just have a couple of throws there where I launched the kayak too. If there's any of that yabby bed still in the water, it might be worth a crack. Oh, I thought I had a little bite then. Did I? Nope. Yeah, fish on straight away. I thought something hit it. As soon as it hit the friggin' water, it got eaten. I thought I was dreaming. Oh, nice little flatty. As soon as it hit the water. Look at that. It didn't even have a chance to bloody sink. He just smacked it on the way down. Beautiful. Thought there'd be a flatty here, eh, with all these little bloody yabby beds. I thought to myself, if I was a flatty, geez, you've got to be super careful here not to do your feet up with these spikes. They got some incredible spikes on them, these little blokes. Oi, 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 come on, mate. There we go. I ate it. Beautiful. Man, that's a nice little fish. Beautiful little flatty. See ya. tell you something for nothing, Horo buds. You've got a couple of hours spare on a Sunday morning and you're looking for something to do or somewhere to take the kids, a lot worse places to go than Alva Beach. A bloody cracking morning. Cheers.